Hey there! Today I'm going to be reading Worlds of Power Mega Man 2. It is a novel based off the best-selling Nintendo game by Capcom. I'll just go ahead and read one chapter here for you. Here we go. Chapter 1. "Welcome, welcome," said Dr. Light, smiling as he opened the door for Mega Man. The lab looked pretty much the same as it always had. Beakers bubbled over as they boiled away on flaming burners. Bubbles rose through clear pipes, pushing red, yellow, and green liquids through a network of crazy plumbing. Huge machines covered with lights pulsed and beeped as information sped through their circuits. Reams of paper were being spewed out, each page covered with numbers, letters, graphs, and formulas. Dr. Light was always working on 100 different things at once. "Mega Man," Dr. Light said, "I hate to have to tell you this news, but—" I know, said Mega Man. "I saw it on the news beam. Dr. Wily is back, even though we had destroyed him. But I guess he's even stronger than we had imagined." Dr. Light nodded. "And this time he's created 8 of his most terrible robots ever built. Anyone who wants to capture Dr. Wily has to get past each of those robots first." He looked at Mega Man. "You have to fight many battles, Mega Man, and you have won them all. You may be invincible. You are the finest Superbot I have ever built." And there are pictures. They're just pictures of words. There's no illustrations. Mega Man would have blushed if his circuits had been programmed for that activity. "But I don't know if you would be able to fight your way to Dr. Wily alone," continued the doctor. "From what I understand, these robots are capable of highest level of fighting ever imagined. And even if you do make it past them, you will still have to fight your way into Dr. Wily's castle, and who knows what creatures he's created to protect him there." Mega Man nodded. He didn't look afraid. As he wanted to hear what Dr. Light would say next, he thought about the past. A few hours earlier, he had been back in his comfortable little sweet home in his tiny village, nestled high into a mountain valley. He had been watching the news beam when his permanently attached proton beeper had gone off. Ooh, a beeper. This is really the future. The red light flashed as it beeped. That meant that Dr. Light was trying to reach him. Mega Man had tuned in the doctor on his video screen. "Mega Man, please report at once into my laboratory," Dr. Light said urgently. Mega Man had looked around for a moment at his comfortable home and he paused. There was no choice. He was a robot. He had to obey his creator. Dr. Light was just as smart as Dr. Wily, but he used his genius for good, not for evil. He had vowed long ago to do everything in his power to protect the universe from destruction. Dr. Wily was his main enemy. When Dr. Light first created Mega Man, he hadn't intended to make a superhero. Mega Man was originally created as a tool-using robot. He was small, but he was the best tool-using robot ever made. Probably the only one, honestly. He wouldn't be able to fix anything. No, he would be able to fix anything, using any kind of tool ever invented. He was programmed so that any tool he put his hands on would automatically be used in the most effective and efficient way possible. But as soon as Mega Man was built, Dr. Light began to fear for the universe. Much evil was at work, all stemming from the mind of the fiendish Dr. Wily. Quickly, Dr. Light made some changes to his robot. First, he programmed him to think of nothing but pure good, to seek out evildoers, and to always fight on the side of truth and justice. Next, he upgraded Mega Man's tool-using capabilities to include all existing and all imaginable weapons. Mega Man, the super robot, had been created. And what a robot he was. He'd fought every villain he'd come up against, fought them all to the finish. Or so he thought. Now, it looked like Dr. Wily had come back to life, and this time he was more evil than ever. Mega Man turned his attention back to Dr. Light. "And so, Mega Man," said the doctor, "I have decided to clone you, to copy your circuits, to create another Mega Man. 2 of you together ought to be able to get the job done." Mega Man nodded. He wasn't sure if this idea would work, but He was a robot. He had to obey his creator. We're noticing some themes here. Okay, Dr. Light, he said. How do we do it? Dr. Light gestured to the back of the laboratory. Mega Man saw a huge freestanding box with open doors, a control panel on the side that was blinking madly, flashing red and yellow lights. My latest invention, he said proudly. The Robo-Transformer XZ4000 with cloning capabilities. He led Mega Man to the door. Please step inside, he said. This won't hurt a bit. And when I open the door, there'll be two of you. Mega Man walked into the box, and Dr. Light shut the door behind him. It was dark in there. And then the box began to shake. Mega Man reached out and tried to hold onto the walls as the quaking increased. Then there was a series of loud booming sounds, followed by a crash of metal on metal. Something screeched, a bell rang. Sirens sounded, whooping wildly in total darkness. Mega Man fell onto the shaking floor and was still. That is the end of Chapter 1 of Worlds of Power, Mega Man 2, a novel based off of the best-selling Nintendo game by Capcom. Maybe tune in next time. Maybe we'll see what happens to Mega Man in Chapter 2 and the rest of the amazing chapters of the Mega Man 2 series. There are 21 chapters. 21 chapters in this fantastic 74-page novel for children and adults missing their childhood. Tune in next week. We'll see what happens in the exciting adventure of Mega Man 2.